Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the next video in the Firewad build. I think that's how you pronounce it. He actually just messaged me on Discord and kind of gave me a couple of pointers just on the feed issue that I had to start with. I've actually messed around with this thing. I think I've got it feeding way better. I've got the mag catch working. The build on it's great. So actually this video, I'm going to do a follow-up video of the full thing and kind of show you and demonstrate how it works. But this video is actually going to be doing the Panther kit, which I'll show you what this one looks like. Hold on. Is this going to show you what it looks like? Let's maybe bring this guy over here. The Panther kit, which is this one. So this one is from Firewad. It's €12.96, but basically whatever you've done to the base of your AAP, and like I've done this here, so I've put his like MP5 lower kit on it, but you can see there in the picture, like it's actually just like he's got the regular base to it, but basically this is going to turn it into a carbine. So it's going to give me the handrail, and it's also going to give me that kind of like upper receiver. I think it's just going to go over the top of this, but in this video, I'm going to basically watch his video, which you saw up on the screen a minute ago. We're going to check out how to build it. And I've got two options here. I'm not sure still which one I should go for because I've got a shorter rail and a longer rail. I'm kind of inclined to go with the longer rail just because, I don't know, I've got kind of like a lot of the shorter style like PDWs, and I'm quite interested just to see what this is going to look like with a longer rail on it. So I'm going to maybe go for that one, but I've got the parts printed out in this little box right here. So what we're going to do is watch the video. I'm going to go through, build this out like we did with the lower. So if you haven't watched that video, go and watch that. It's not going to really be as dependent, I don't think, in terms of like the internals, because I think it's just going to be a kit that attaches to the top. But this is currently what this AAP-01 3D print build looks like. This actually is the Smoky Wolf mini suppressor that I just got through from Silo. I don't need this. So I'm going to throw it on the floor, but this is going to be another video, so stay tuned for this one. But this is basically like the mini version of that Smoky Wolf. So it's going to have smoke coming out the end of it. So I'm excited to do that video. But this one is going to be based on this, and we're now going to build this. So I'm going to switch this over to his video. We'll maximize it so that you guys can see it properly, and we'll see what this is. Oh, I'm going to put this on mute, I think. If I'm sharing the screen, do I want this on mute? Yeah, let's put it on mute. We don't need to listen to the music, I don't think, on this. So we're going to go with that. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like at the end. I think that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so it looks like what we're going to do is basically just remove the magazine. I'm going to take that out because we're not going to need that. I'm going to put this over here. We're going to remove the upper from the lower. So I'm just going to push in this button here. That is going to be my upper, which is what we're going to work with. The lower there is what I built in the last video. You can see there I've got a little MP5. Just to run you through this, guys, this is all 3D printed. Basically, Firewad's file does the entire thing. You can see here I've removed the feed lips from the magazine, and basically what he's created is the feed lips built into this lower. So there is a tube that runs the whole way along here into this MP5 magazine, which allows me now just to use this as a gas source, so I can HPA tap that if I want, and then I now have feeding from an AEG MP5 mag, so I can literally run this as if it is like a gas blowback MP5. Obviously it's kind of like half blowback because we've got the kind of like insert in the slide of the AAP-01. But that is kind of the first part. So I don't think we're going to need these bits. So I'm going to put this off to the side here, running out of space on the desk. But this looks like it's what we're going to need is this. He's putting this off to one side. So I'll put that there. And now it looks like we're taking the main body. So we're going to go with the longer version. So this is going to be the rail I'm going to go with. And then the main body, which it looks like is this piece right here. Again, I've printed these in PLA Plus from eSun. I think the finish on them is a bit shiny. Okay, let's just do this first. So it looks like what I'm going to need to do is put this end and this end together. on there. So these basically, it looks like we're just going to join these two parts together from what it's saying. I can't remember which nuts and bolts, so I've got my collection over here. But we will see. I don't know. Did he put it up on screen with this one? Let me just put that in the corner so then we've got some space to see. Did he? Okay, so he's got different attachments, it looks like. It looks like that's an M. Did he tell me? Tapping screw hole first. Okay, so he's basically just getting a screw and then tapping the screw hole. So screwing it in to basically put the threads in. So I'm going to do that. And what nut is it though? Does he tell me which nut it is? Like an M3, M4? I probably should read the description, shouldn't I? Does it have it in the description here? Okay, so he's got the actual, probably actually on here it'll tell me, won't it? Okay, let's do the description. So we need 3 different handguard lengths. Yeah, so on the actual plate, I should have showed you that, but it literally like allows you to print. Let's see if he's got the picture. It literally has a stack of like 6 different versions. And you can just kind of select which one you want. We are going to need M4, M3 socket clip head caps, M3 nut, M5 nut, M5 and M5 M-lock nut. So this is a lot of nuts. So I think this is going to be an M5. Let's see if that's right. Optional M3 12-inch. The Discord server basically will take me through. Let's go on here. Let's go to the Discord and let's see what he says on here. Let's not do it on that. Let's continue. I might be giving away my Discord secrets here, so let's just see here. I can go to the Panther info. So this is the big advantage. That there is what this looks like. So you'll be able to see like how many different like rail types that you have. This is the actual kit. The video. So that's the video. Does he say which ones? Here we go. Attach the rear of your choice. I'm using the rear with the buffer. Use the 2 M320 and M3 nuts to, okay, so that's for the rear. So literally it's like he's done the video, but he's actually done this as well. So I'm just going to thread it with the 2 parts together. 2 M3 12-inch hexagon socket caps. This is where I'm just not very advanced with this stuff. Not used without the rear end rail installed. 6 M-lock screws. Guide you use, I recommend. Okay, so I'm just going to go with, we'll see what fits. This probably isn't the best thing to do. So we're going to go with some M5. And that looks like it's a bigger slot. So let's go with some M5s. No, it doesn't look that big. And again, guys, the great thing is, if I mess this up, we can just, yeah, so an M4 is going to be what it's going to be. If I mess this up, we can just 3D print it or use the smaller one, and then we're all good. So if I mess this up, we could just switch to the other rail, and then we're fine. Okay, so I'm going to basically take this guy with one of these nuts here. No. And I can do the overhead again. Actually, that might be what you guys like. I feel like in the last video, people liked that one. Okay, so we're just going to put this in. And I'm just here threading it into this spot here. So just making sure that this is nice and threaded. Don't want to go too deep and mess stuff up. That seems good. You know what would have been good is if I'd got an electric screwdriver out so I could have done what he's doing. Would have saved my wrist a bit. Okay, so that's good. So he's decided to do this. I mean, you can, I think I've seen files where they 3D print the threads into it. And those can come out good, but they're very hit or miss, depending on the printer you're using, depending on the material you're using. I'll try and put a link down below to the material I've used for this, but I found generally that this style, this PLA Plus from eSun is been great. Like, it's something that I will just like sand and spray just because I want it to look a little less shiny. It's a little bit shiny. They don't do like a matte version, which is kind of annoying. But the actual like quality of the material is really good. It prints super fast, and it actually prints in a way where I've had like no cracks or breaks. I think it's supposed to be a lot stronger than regular PLA in terms of like impact resistance. I actually was messaging with a couple of like the guys who do these 3D prints about doing like a test of shooting the actual like material. Obviously not shooting it when it's in a spool format, but shooting it. This is where I'll strip a screw, and then this will be stuck in here. I'll shoot different filaments when they've been printed into handrails. So it's pretty thin, should be in terms of like, if it's going to get shot out, that's what it's going to, it's going to show us if that's going to happen. Because I think that is something I didn't really think about, was like, right, well, actually quite a few of these prints, they've not got the same stability necessarily that a regular, so I've done that one, this is the last one, a regular like polymer rail, or obviously a metal rail that you may get out of the box. When you're creating it yourself and you're printing it with plastic, like the material's not going to be uniformed, and it's not necessarily going to be the same quality where it's being QC tested, because if you're selling an airsoft product, you do need to make sure that when you're playing airsoft with it and someone shoots it, that it doesn't disintegrate or crack. And I think there are, from the Reddit forums anyway, which I spend a lot of my time now on for 3D printing info, there's definitely quite a lot of opinion on which is the best filament to use and which ones crack and which ones don't. But also on the eSun PLA Plus web, like the Amazon listing, it's like, oh, this is like 150 times, or sorry, 150% of the what do you call it? The strength or impact strength of regular PLA. So that's kind of what we want. Right, okay, so we've done that. Firewad, show us the next bit. Okay, so he showed us this. I think this is what we just watched, isn't it? Oh, do I need to do both sides of this? I need to do the other one as well. Okay, tapping the screw holes. I really want that screwdriver now, whatever it is. So if anyone knows what it is, put the link down below. Repeat for all 4 holes. Now screw the main part and the handguard together. So is that going to be with, this is a countersunk screw, and I don't think it's going to be that. So let's go with, to be honest, it probably doesn't matter what screws you use. I shouldn't say that, should I? It doesn't matter in terms of these are all countersunk. I might see if we've got some non-countersunk ones. These are M6, M8s. M4s here. Okay, let's see if these all work. What do we want for distance on this bad boy? I think that's perfect. That's too long. That's too short. Why did I get one that was longer there? How have I just like got one here that's like the right length, but then these others aren't? They're like slight variance on the lengths here. That's so weird. Okay, let's go with the slightly longer ones then, and we'll see. I want to keep that to one side because I like that one. Okay, so let's try and do 1, 2. I hate these little dividers in the boxes because of the fact that you get the 1, 2. You like pull it up accidentally in the wrong direction, and it suddenly means that all of these are mixed together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 of those. Okay, we'll put that to one side, and we'll now, from the look of his video, screw them all the way through. So I'm going with that and that. No, I'm not. I'm going with that and that. That would have been a great start. And actually, the angle on this is going to be pretty nasty. He's doing it like side on that way. Okay, so there's enough give with that first bit. I'm going to like secure all of these in place before I tighten them up. I probably should watch what he's doing before we end up doing this as well. Keep looking at them. I'm like, what length's which one? Do that one. Do this one. Just keep watching. This one. That video, the last video though, quite a few people watched it. It was pretty cool that the amount of people. Okay, so that looks like we're going to get this secured, and then we'll move on to the next bit next. It's quite cool how many people watched it, because I was like, oh, actually, it's probably just annoying to watch someone watch and then try and do an assembly video. Didn't do as well actually as the live stream upload. So maybe, I don't know, if you guys should let me know. Do you prefer me doing the like live stream version where I'll stream it on Twitch, take the file and then upload it afterwards, but I can't really pause it. I can't really do anything other than just like do it. And obviously I'm getting questions from people at the same time, which I like, because it's kind of like when I'm here talking by myself, it's a little bit lonely. It's not lonely, but it's quite nice having some input, or I can ask people's like thoughts on stuff. But the last one I did with this MP5 lower build, I just filmed it like this, kind of in the same format, but not live, just recorded it and then uploaded it like that. And it didn't do as well. Like, as not as many people have watched it. To be honest, the other one was also an ITP Groza build kit, the stream one. The one on Twitch, and a lot of people want to know about that thing right now. It's like the new fun toy. It's kind of like when I got my XM7. People were just asking questions. They wanted to watch footage about it. Like, I had some videos I put out, and they were like the most watched videos. Probably not, but close to being the most watched videos on the channel. This is horrible. I really wish I had a electric screwdriver, because that would be ideal right now. Like, the angle on here is just annoying because this is like so fat, like the actual piece here. Yeah. Okay. I do have an electric screwdriver. Not as cool as his one. But I actually just haven't really used it, to be honest. It's one of those things, I saw someone have one. I'm like, okay, great, I'm going to get one of those. And then when it actually comes down to it, I just go back to the manual. You will need a thinner screwdriver for this though, just as a heads up. Like, this is not going to be something you can use like a fat, thick one on. You could use an Allen key, I'm sure. But you are going to have to like move it and rotate it about 4,000 times. I mean, it's solid though. This thing's going in really solidly. It's in like, there's no movement in the threads. These screws are a little bit long, I think, because I'm getting a little bit of protrusion out the end. But I actually don't mind that. I think it looks kind of cool. Okay, that one, that one, that one. Ugh. Sorry, this probably isn't the best thing to be watching. I've actually, in an hour as well, when I'm filming this, I've got the live stream giveaway for members every Monday. At the moment we're doing giveaways of 3D prints. So if someone sees a 3D print I'm doing, or has something they want printed, they're like, hey, I'm going to go buy this file from this creator. So if you wanted this, you could go to Firewad, buy this file, and then say to me, hey, Badger, can you print this for me because I've just won the members giveaway? And I'll print it and I'll send it to you. If you're not in the US, you have to pay the shipping, but the actual print, the filament, the time, that's all free. And if it's something that's a free file available to everyone, like some of the suppressors I've printed, some of the other stuff, then I'll just print it for you. You don't need to buy anything. There's a few on that Bamboo Makers Lab, which is like the suppressors that I've been doing, the hand grips, the pistol grips for ARs. They are all free files, so I can just do that for you. Okay, this has been an absolute bitch. Nothing bad to the print file or the creator. This is just one of those things that I haven't got the right tool for the job. Okay, so that's solid. That is what that is now looking like. Right, let's do setting that aside. Oh, hold on, he's put the upper in there, isn't he? So he's done that. He's taken this upper and he's put it in. Hold on, he's got a fire selector there. So hold on 1 second. He's still got the sights on it. He actually has taken the front sight off. So I'm going to do that as well, because there is no point in having that front sight on there. Let's take that off with another Allen hex wrench size. So I'm now just going to take this off. I can't show you guys that, annoyingly. Okay, there's the technical difficulties right there. For some reason, this camera, I can do this quickly. Is that going to allow me now to use this? No. Okay. So we're gonna keep going with this one here. For some reason, this guy's not. Oh, now it is. Okay. So let's go back to desk. There we go. Okay. So now we've got this here. This might be better for you guys just to see here, but I'm going to remove this little guy. It's too small. This guy's too big. This is another thing I find really weird is like, okay, this hex set has done its thing. For some reason, certain hex sets are just different sizes. So now if I go to this one and I take this, I bet you this fits. That's too small. There's a slightly bigger version of that, this one. Yeah, see, that fits perfectly. And it's so weird that like both of these are supposed to be hex sets, but you just get one set and it's just a slightly different diameter to another one. And explain to me why that is, guys, because I'm sure there's something I'm missing there. Okay, so we can just remove that. I'm going to take that top sight off and keep watching and see what he does. I know, hold on, we've watched it and I've already worked out that this is going in here. We haven't worked it out, but it looks like that's what we're doing. Am I putting this in the wrong way? Let's watch what he does. He takes it, slides it in like that. Okay. Okay, so that looks like that goes in perfectly. So obviously I will probably now print this. I didn't print one of these, did I? No, so I haven't printed a charging handle, like a thing here, but I will print that next. Because that obviously is going to make that a lot easier. He's then taken, screw in 2 M3 12 screws. Okay, so let's go with some M3 12 screws. I'll put this to one side here. I love this screwdriver. It's like my favorite. That's a Jaeger Precision find, that one. Okay, so M3 12. So these are M4, M3 12. So it should be the third one along. Okay, so we need 2 of these, apparently. Now grab probably the exact same one that I had. Why does this keep sticking in here? It's going to be larger, yeah. There we go. So it looks like I can screw these in the top. I don't know why they're optional, but we'll go with 2 in the top here. Trying to think what that's screwing into. Oh, I know what it's screwing into. That is screwing into the area where we have the option to put on the Picatinny rail, is what that's going into. Although he's going to say we can put on a Picatinny rail instead, and that's going to make more sense, I think. Let's see. Because that means I can mount a red dot on it. So as I put this in, so that's going to stay in place. I mean, this thing is just very well thought out and built. Okay, that's great. Okay, use the rear of your choice, the buffer tube or the Picatinny. Which one did I print? So I've printed both, and I think I'm going to go for the Picatinny. I've got some different mounts that I can print, a kind of like 3D printed Picatinny. So I'm going to go with this one. I haven't fully cleaned this up, the actual print, but we'll go with this. So we're going to attach this guy there. And that's going to go in there. Okay, well, that's perfect again. I'm going to have to take this apart because I'm going to actually take the M320. Hold on, I need to stop. M320 and an M3 nut. Okay, so an M320. We need, where are we? M3 lock washers. Why is there no M320 on there? Okay, well, M320 here. M320 looks like it's this one. And M3 nuts is this one. Okay. So we'll go with that. And now we're going to do what with it? Okay, so we're taking the M320 and the M320 nut. We're going to put the nut inside the lower piece. Oh, I see. So there is like a little inlet here, right there. So I think I'm going to put this nut into here. Okay, that fits well. And then we're going to screw that guy on. But I don't want to do both. So this is not going to get in the way of that. Okay, that's fine. Now that's just fallen out. Okay, so I'm going to do it in this direction. I'll put this guy here. It all fits together just very snugly. This is the wrong size. Need something bigger. This guy. This is too small as well, and I need to go back to my other screwdriver, it looks like. We need a bigger actual screw or hex end for this one. Too small. This guy. Now I've just pushed that screw out the way. It's because I turned it again. Okay. So I think once you've done this, it'll be super easy. Like you just get the hang of it. But the first time it's like, which way am I angling what? Okay. So that's screwing in there nicely. That's perfect. So that's there now. I presume now I need another M320 nut and washer. That was the M320, is this guy. And one of these. Yeah, okay. Slipped in. That's going to go in there. Just keep this on its side. Nice and tight. Let's retighten this one slightly. So why was that optional putting that in? Because now he's got the top rail, and you don't need to print these again. Gave you the option to print them and different lengths of them as well. I've got, so you can see here, I've got lots of different lengths. So I think this is the one that we're going to use for this. I presume. Let's see what he's doing there. So he's gone all the way back here. Okay, so he's put M-lock nuts inside it. Okay, I see. So then we can like, thing is, I don't know if I want to attach this because I'm going to want to remove it to put this on. So do I attach it now or do I wait? Let's see what else he's doing. Okay, rail spacer. Okay, so here's the rail spacer. Okay, I see. So that's going to go in there. And then we can put another one on top and another one on top. Maybe I'll just, because I also got, he gave me different options to print different lengths. So I could go with this guy here, this guy, then this guy. But maybe I'll leave it for now. And then this guy on the end with another rail spacer. Okay, so I need to print another rail spacer, so maybe I'll leave that for now. But, you know, I'll do it. I'm going to go quickly get one of the rails, like one of my M-lock sets of nuts. So one second. Okay, so I've got this, which is actually not countersunk. I can actually find some, because I think this is going to be an M5, probably. This is probably going to be M5 nut, but I haven't actually got countersunk versions. We could actually just check this and just see. Because I almost just want to put the back piece on just to show you guys what it looks like. Or like how easy it is to get it on. But you can actually 3D print these. Like I realized recently is you can go and you can find a file and just 3D print them. So that's actually quite a cool way of doing it. Let's just see if there's a M5 maybe here that's a very short one. Nope. It might be bigger than that. A chunkier boy. Or I've got these M8 ones over here. M5. And then M8s. Those are all going to be too big. So let's have a look at these. I think this is going to be what we want. But this again is not countersunk. So I don't have any of the countersunk versions here. So we'll just go with the stock ones that come in the Magpul kit. I can try and find some countersunk ones as I'm messing around. But what I'm going to do is just grab this. We'll go with the slightly longer versions. This should, I think, work fine. It's just going to not sink fully down into that rail in the same way. That's fine. Put this through here. That's fine. What is also quite cool on this is it's super customizable. So I can put these on as I need them. This is going to be far too small. So we'll go for the bigger. Too small. For this guy, I'm going to route. No, that's too big. It is this guy. Okay, it is. So we're going to rotate that halfway, tighten that a little bit. I'm going to rotate that halfway, tighten that down a bit, pull up on this, tighten down a bit. Pull up on this, tighten down a bit. I've now dumped the rail spacer. So that's almost tight. Oh, I've just done that. I've just put it in the wrong spot. Okay, so that's tight. That's tight. So basically now I can put on the rear sight that I want to. I can then, if I want to now, put this little spacer in the way there. Oh, it looks like I should not fully tighten this down. Put this under it. Okay, I see. And then tighten. Right, and then that holds that in place. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's now there. I can then stick another one on there if I want. I can then put another rail spacer and then put that on there. But I'm going to leave these off for now because you can literally on the file that you buy just print as many of these as you want, different designs. So I'm going to leave that like that for now just so that we know that we can do the M-lock and we'll see what he says. So now, I think that's basically done, isn't it? What else do we need to do? Yeah, it's done. Okay, so let's quickly take the lower there. I'm going to quickly actually put this hammer down just so that we know we've got that in place. Put this here. It's then a little bit tight on here, I think. Okay, and then that's done. Okay, so I'm going to switch this guys quickly to, let's just see what else he does quickly. So he's done that. He's then able to pull it off. That's pretty awesome, I have to say. Now he's putting it in and just testing it and showing you how it works. But I think that, guys, is pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm going to pause this here. We'll switch over to looking at my face so you guys can see that. But that basically now is going to be what that is. This thing is super light. It's literally like an AAP-01, super solid. I now have that. I can just run the HPA line in it. I can have that as MP5. He also allows printing of these barrel extenders. So instead of having this horrible orange thing here, I can extend this barrel. Sorry, it's counterclockwise, so I'm putting it the wrong way. 1 second, guys, I'm pausing. My kid's just arrived. Sorry, kid was there. Anyway, yeah, so you've got these extenders, although what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to do something else. So I could put a longer inner barrel. I could run it to the end there. I could put that shorter version on. I can like change it and make it shorter. Am I trying to get this on or off? I'm like trying to remember which way I'm turning it. Okay, I'm turning it this way. Let's get this off. I'm going to quickly test something because I have another AAP-01 in here, which actually has this front end to it. And I think, unfortunately, because of like how the lower is shaped, it's got the AAP-01C front end. And I don't think that's going to fit on there, as in like it wouldn't fit with that MPX lower. You can see I've got an extended barrel in there. So I may try and just mess around and put that there. But this thing could look very, very cool. Oh yeah. So that is pretty awesome. I now have basically like a little Carbine MP5 fed AAP-01. I can find a little Picatinny stock on here. In fact, I've got one here. Wow, we got lucky today. I've just literally got stuff behind me in the cupboard. Now this is gonna be the wrong color, but it could give us a good indication of what this is gonna look like. Right there. So I've now got a folding Picatinny stock. I haven't got a screw that's big enough for this guy. I don't think, no, I don't. I need to go next door and get one, but I'm just going to secure this in place so we can see what it looks like. Yeah, that's basically in place. So that is now with a $12 file and probably about $5 worth of PLA print. I've taken a $100 replica and built it into this, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, I think that probably wraps it up. It's not like I need to test this because we only did is to the front. But what I could also do is take this guy, put this on here. And then I could actually put that mini Smoky Wolf on there. And we could see what that looks like. I'll just do it so you guys can see it. See if you like that style more. But I could do whatever length of inner barrel. I could do a couple of these little inner barrel sections. They were super fast to print. I want to make sure, because these are plastic threads, that I don't thread this wrong. But you could use those for anything, really, the lower the threads. Or that. And then that's got that Smoky Wolf mini on it. I think I prefer that, to be honest. Pretty awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been a video just kind of building that upper. I'll get rid of this screen overlay so you can look at me. That's basically what we've just ended up building in the last 2 videos from Firewad. I'll put the links down below to his Cults 3D page with the link to buy this for that 13 euros, about $15. And guys, yeah, I'm really impressed. I mean, I think you can print it in whatever filament you want. You could color, you could do whatever color you want. It basically just allows you to turn your AAP-01 into this, which I have to say I'm pretty impressed with. But that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back on the next video very shortly. If you have anything you want me to film, to look at, let me know and I'll get onto it. But yeah, thank you so much for giving me your time. I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.